Hello everyone. So this is a very short video on the review of this book, Courage to be Disliked. So I felt it would be a very good read on the fact that it is a conversation that is going on between a young man and a philosopher who's a very simple and happy philosopher, and a young man who's dissatisfied with life. So, philosopher was giving light, like you are living in a subjective world where when you see through dark glasses, you see, everything seems to be dark. So he was giving an idea. He was focusing on the Alderian psychology. So this Alderian psychology is found by Austrian psychiatrist Alfred Adler. So it's a psychology of courage. So in Alderian psychology, they focus on the teleology, or the choices that we make for living forward, than just focusing on the etiology. So whatever has happened in the past shouldn't be determining a future. So it is putting forward choices that we can choose at each and every point of life. We as humans are not born with a lifestyle. Lifestyle is something we choose. So if we are able to choose at one point of life, we can choose as many times as we want. That is why we say that we can reset, realign as many as times that we need to do. So it is like focusing on cause and effect. So this etiology and teleology is an important aspect that I felt interesting. So how to live without being controlled by the past, and also the meaning we give on to this past will determine our future. So when we take that trauma, most of us, when we talk about all the trauma that we have gone through that past. So that itself is determining a future, or the determinism. Like, we have to be carrying a past to go forward. So Alderian psychology is telling that we shouldn't be hanging on trauma or the psychic wounds, which may be contradictory to what Sigmund Freud has said. So you can choose everything, and you can choose as many times as one. So all the problems, then he focuses on interpersonal interpersonal relationship. That is quite interesting, where he say that we have to keep all the relationship at a distance. So even if we hold a paper very close, it's very difficult to read. So only when we keep people a little far, little distance, or we view relationship at a distance. Relationship at a distance, it doesn't mean that we should disconnect with people. So it could be in another way said as detachment, or it could be said that no, we have to separate ourselves from others. Like, even if a parent is having children, it is not like you have to take full responsibility of the child but a parent can be a facilitator to a child. So no need to. So he also tells that when we take every connection or every relationship very personally, that is the point that we suffer. Means it is like, we compare ourselves at every point to others. So he is telling that the point that whatever, he is focusing on. Adler psychology also focus on superiority. This superiority is not about competing with others, but competing with ourselves. What we are yesterday and what we are next day. So keeping the interrelationship. And one thing I felt very interesting is vertical relationship and horizontal relationship. So he was telling that you shouldn't be praising people. So praising people, that seems to be very when we are listening to it, it seems to be very awkward. Like, we shouldn't be praising people, we shouldn't be telling that people you are doing good. So he's telling that whenever we are dependent on others for praising us, it seems to be like we don't have that capability. Only when they praise, we feel empowered. So he's telling that praising people is not a very good thing. Instead, you are underrating people of their capability. Instead of that, that is vertical relationship. If you are praising people, we feel that we are good than others. So we are telling that, yeah, you have also done good. Instead, you have to hold a horizontal relationship where somebody does good. You have to, you have to extend gratitude to them. You can tell thank you for whatever has done. So he is even telling that if a child does good, tell thank you for the good work he do, rather than telling that you have done it so well. So that is also quite interesting, where he tells that you shouldn't bully people nor praise people, but you should be acting in a horizontal relationship and never holding it vertical. Because vertical relationship leads to wherever a lot of problems in every space we are in. That is, even if it is a workplace or family, where a wife is supposed to do all the job, and when husband helps, if husband don't help, we see that somebody is above us, somebody is below us. Instead of that, we feel there is a horizontal track where whatever work we do, we think that it is our contribution to the society or contribution to the space we are in. So if we take that way, we don't feel the need to be recognized by others. So the feeling of recognition, this is the main trauma that exists everywhere. Main suffering exists the way, like, when we give something, people should be recognizing us. So he explains that also. If I explain it detail, nobody is going to take this book. So that also is very beautifully explained, where we can walk from a space doing our work. And another is the community feeling, how to develop that feeling of whatever service we do, whatever is the little to very silly to very higher service, what we grade to do, all that leads to contribution to society, where he tells 3 words like self-acceptance, contribution to society, as well as confidence in others. He doesn't focus on the word trust, but he tells that more than trust, you should have the confidence in others. Like whenever you are believing somebody, whenever you're holding close to people, you should have the confidence that they keep it. So trust always comes up with conditions, whereas confidence is that we rely on others, or that keeps it more pious, or more sincere, or more sanctity. That is also beautiful concept. So this young man was asking, when I do that, if somebody cheats me, what will happen? So he was telling that is what self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is not when I am working or when I am doing something I feel worthy. I am worthy for all that I am. In your sense of being, you have to feel worthy. So when you are worthy there, you have acceptance of your flaws. You have the right to make mistakes. You trust people. You get cheated by people. So all that, there is a self-acceptance. All this happens. And it is also my contribution to the society, where I learn, where somebody benefit, where you don't question. So it's like a beautiful way of taking forward. I love this reading very much. I won't tell more, because I look forward people to read this. I love this reading because, it helps us to untangle ourselves from a lot of misconceptions, where we feel that our life is controlled by others. No, it is really not. Whatever the triggers we face is something that we ourselves have made us into it. This would be in another way that the young man end telling that life is so simple, and we are people who are making it so complicated. Another version of Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It could be, I felt something similar to that ending. I would encourage this reading, and let me know your feedback also. Thank you so much.